I'm Stephen Leon Lutz, gear specialist with Backcountry Edge.
I'm Chris Horton, product guy at Osprey Packs.
And Chris and I are talking about the Osprey Aether and Ariel series of backpacks. Backcountry Edge, this is kind of the pack we think of as that classic Osprey load hauling, comfort fit, custom fit backpack.
Mm-hmm. Well, the company started, we're 40 years old now. And the company started on a custom fit basis. People would come into the shop, get measured up, and then a couple weeks later their hand sewn piece would be out. And this is kind of taking that legacy to the masses. Is how do we build the best carrying backpack with the best fit? And that's really what Aether Ariel is going to give you, is the exact fit to your body.
So maybe let's start there and talk about the suspension system on the Aether and Ariel.
Yeah, to really achieve a custom fit, you need to have a varying torso sizes. So the Aether and Ariel both come in varying torso sizes, men's, women's specific fit and shape, but also we're all built differently. Some of us hit the weight room a little bit more than others. Some of us are tall and lanky. Some of us don't hit the gym at all, but we really enjoy getting outside. So we really want to make sure we're fitting all sizes. So to do that, you need interchangeable parts.
Sure.
The pack is adjustable. You can move this torso up and down, but to really get a good solid fit of hip belt and harness, sometimes you need a different size.
Sure.
So we have interchangeable parts. Very easy to basically take the hip belt out and put in a new size. Same with the harness, just a couple of clips and a Velcro for that. And this is just Velcroed in, and then connecting the straps. So what that allows you to do is really connect to the body. You make sure that the harness is wrapping all the way around, going at least a couple inches below your armpits. The hip belt, you want to make sure you have 3 to 6 inches between pads when it's fully cinched. So if you have all of those connection points, you're being fully wrapped and contained by the pack. And then you have a great fit.
And obviously padding throughout, it looks like, again, we've got that ventilated panel, so you've got some spacing there as well.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you have a space and mesh padding, very breathable. But again, using a hip belt and padding of this sort, you need something that's fairly stiff, but not too stiff. That's kind of the nice thing about the custom molding belts, is as you wear these belts, they're using a couple of different types of foam, and one of them is like a memory foam. So as you're heating up that foam with your body, it's going to contour to your hips. And that allows you to have a stiff hip belt, but not really rub and create hot spots because It's custom molded to your body.
And that can also be molded right on the spot, right? If you were able to take your pack somewhere, have it fit.
Yep.
Osprey has in certain locations the custom fit oven.
Yep, there are special fit ovens that you can take a hip belt in, they'll wrap it around you and they'll mold it right away. So that's a great easy way to do it, so you're immediately on trail with a custom fit belt. But if you just want to get out and hike and you're too eager and antsy, don't worry, it'll work with your body.
Like I remember the time that we were out and I was wearing an Aether, and 2 to 3 days in I was amazed that it was like I had jumped into the oven and gotten out. I got that perfect fit.
Yeah, you definitely notice it. The pack becomes yours.
So the Aether and the Ariel is definitely a pack that we kind of reach for when we know a customer is going to be carrying a lot of weight. What is it that makes the Aether so capable?
Yeah, I mean, it is designed to be your typical backpacking pack. But at the same time, it actually has been on the cover of Time magazine for going up Everest. So it's variable use. You can haul tons and tons of gear. And besides the custom fit, harness, hip belt, the ventilated back panel, all the things you can see, that's only half of it. The other half is what's inside. And we're fairly unique, and this is, again, talking about innovation, is we kind of innovated how a back panel and suspension works. So what we use is a spring steel frame that connects directly to the hip belt that actually wraps the outside of the pack. So when it's wrapping the outside of the pack, now you've moved that kind of coverage. It's going to spread the load instead of one central place to your entire back panel. So now you're a lot more comfortable, you're putting a lot less pressure in one place. And then we still reinforce that with a kind of an HDPE back panel. I know it's a very technical term for plastic, but that also has an aluminum stay on the inside. So you talk about the load hauler, it's kind of a combination of everything you can throw at a pack. A peripheral frame that spreads the weight across, a frame sheet that kind of keeps it flat and continues that spread, and then aluminum stay to kind of keep the structure strong. So if you're going to carry this with 25, 30 pounds, you're going to be comfortable. You're going to carry this with 80 to 90 pounds, you're going to be comfortable. And that's kind of that variability allows somebody to buy this for any dreams they may have, even if they're just going to go out for a weekend overnight.
And there's a ton of organization in the Aethers and the Ariels as well.
Exactly. I mean, you're out there. You want to be able to get to your gear as you need it, sometimes right away. So you have pockets that are quick access, like the hip belt pockets. A top lid pocket is a great place to keep a first aid kit. And then for the rest of the gear, you obviously have the main compartment that you see here, but also good stretch mesh pockets to store a jacket or other quick access. A good place to put your water bottle on the side stretch mesh. And then for those of you, sometimes you're out on trail and you've got something at the bottom of your pack, and you can get to it by just kind of unloading this thing real quick. You don't have to unpack everything else.
Take everything
You can
out.
grab that thing you have at the bottom and get it out. So, same with the sleeping bag compartment. You have a lower compartment down here specific for the sleeping bag. It's a great place for the weight to be distributed low like that, not very heavy. You want to bring the weight up. So, really just kind of compartmentalizing the pack so it carries well, and also you have access to the gear when you need it.
And the compression straps everywhere, every direction.
Yeah.
So, you've got great places to lash gear, but I know there's more to it than just that as well.
Yeah, I mean, we have quite a few straps. We have a little bit of reputation for straps, and there's a reason for it. These are all strategically here. Carrying the weight close to your body is super important. Having the side compression and the front compression is there. Also, these front compression straps protect the zipper. Zippers are the last thing you want to blow in the backcountry, and we're pretty paranoid. We don't want to be stuck somewhere, and now our gear is uncarryable and we can't get to it. So we want to make sure that any fail-safe we can put on there, we're going to do it. Whether that's heavier duty fabric, heavier duty buckles, reinforcing one weak point with another strength point. And
Gotcha.
So we want to make sure that nothing is going to go wrong, and that's where we do with the compression straps.
And on the side, I also like that feature set here where you can run them over top of the stretch pocket or underneath, depending on how you're carrying gear.
Exactly. I mean, if you want to carry a water bottle, you can just slide that in. But say you're carrying tent poles, you're going to want to cinch that down. And the ability to kind of custom make your bag to what you're carrying and what you want to do, not just as you as a person, but from one trip to another. That's where this Aether's great.
So hearing you talk about the Aether Ariel and thinking about the way we've spoken to the series with our customers over the year, what really jumps out at me is just how versatile it is. It seems like it can work for a wide range of potential users.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the thing, is you can buy this not knowing if you're going to ever backpack again, because I assure you you're going to go out and have a great time, and then the next trip might get bigger, or the next trip might get bigger, or you might get into photography, or you might get into mountaineering, and this pack is going to be able to handle it all. So, if you want to get outside and you don't know what the limits are, don't worry about it. This will take care of it for you.